All right, we're going live. Going live. We are live. We're live, everyone. We're doing a little bit different. We're gonna kind of do a little jibber jabber as people start coming in, and then we'll kick it off. You can see we got Mr. Mayo himself looking good as ever. It looks like he's in his 20s. He is in his 20s, aren't you? Close. You're getting up there, but you still look young. We got the
maybe 3 months ago,
right? We got the podcast team here.
What's up?
What's up? So we're waiting. What we're doing, everybody that's in there right now, we normally kick the intro off, and we miss a good amount of people because about 3-4 minutes in, now we're having problems. You got this, Taylor?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, he's fixing it. That's also why we're doing this StreamYard lately. But anyway, we are here. We're going to be a crazy night tonight. A lot of stuff to go over. We're waiting for more people to jump in. We'll kick this off. Looks like we got some of the usuals in here. The boy Andy is in the house. Those are all YouTube. We're fixing Facebook now. Maybe from now on, we don't need the link, all of them. All right, we got Todd Anderson, I see. Purchase Viewer. All right. Craig Scarborough. Cornut. About that. Mrs. Customer Service herself, Aaliyah, is in here. Faithful follower, Juan, is in here. We're waiting. We get some more people in, and we will be doing this. Sean, you look tired, man. Rough week.
Do I look tired?
Yeah, you do look a little tired, but I feel your pain. Working that full-time job, the kids, the show, everything coming up. I can imagine. We got Shannon in here, which is going to be a big shout-out for him tonight. He was our 20K winner. And let's see. Who else we got? Speedway is in here. Caleb is in here. All right. We're going to wait another few seconds or minutes, and then we will kick this off. Everybody can see we're starting this a little different tonight. A lot of people missed the intro and the funniness because everybody's jumping in now. So we wanted to just start it a little bit different. We have a ton of things to go over tonight. Make sure right now you all share this out. Let's get a bunch of people in tonight. Deviant's in the house. Big shout out, Deviant. Like this right now. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, doesn't matter. Hit the like button, and you got another minute to share this out. We want to blow things up here. We got a bunch of giveaways. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. We got my man Sean here. We're going to be talking about excess power, Sundown, and also full tilt, the trifecta. All right. Let's see who else we got in here. All right, we're getting there. So what time is it? 7:32. Okay. Well, while we're starting off, we did start some new Spanish content on YouTube, which is kind of cool. If you haven't checked that out, if you do speak Española, we've been working hard on that. And, man, this whole week's been crazy getting ready for the show. We actually had another video of an interview. If you didn't see it, it premiered a little bit earlier. Kind of funny. This guy said he left the job because there was no benefits like 30 times. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, you know what, guys? Let's kick this thing off. Let's kick it off.
It's Big Jeff Audio in the chair. Have a seat and relax. Don't be going nowhere. Got guests coming on. They be giving advices. Check out the website for them dope ass prices. Lowest in town. Yeah, that's a fact. He be keeping them down. He's a maniac. Giveaways done every 1,000 subs. And to any other channel, he show nothing but love. Big Jeff on the mic, you know he get down. What's the name of the show? Well, that's Big Sound. Big subwoofers, yeah, that's the type. Deviant for life, I'm saying smash the like, and we out.
Here we are, episode 15, kicking off another one. This has been a crazy weekend, ready for the Sundown show. Multiple vehicles we just got in our fleet, wrapped systems. I mean, it's just been one thing after another. And I'm here. There they are. We got the 3500 dually Cummins in there. We also got the new enclosed trailer and a brand new Grand Wagoneer. The dually's pulling the big 30-foot trailer, which will have the Yukon hair tricks for $1 on it, and the Wagoneer's pulling the enclosed trailer. So it's just been one thing after another. Appreciate you all coming in. We got a ton of stuff to go over. If you haven't done already, please hit the like button. All that matters. So we can say the people in here are not bots doing it. So help us out. Share this out. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Man, this is what it's about. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments. If we have time, we're going to bring them up. We have a lot of people to give some recognition to and shout outs. It's going to be a crazy busy night. Also, we are taking the Big Jeff golf cart to the Sundown show and decided to finally sell it. We've had some time with it. $5,000. All the equipment, batteries, 22-inch rims. It's pretty much brand new, but we are selling it. If you have a trailer and you got $5,000 and you want to roll up at the Sundown show and take it with you after the show, we are going to do that, and then we will be getting into either a side-by-side or, man, I don't even know, but something different. So if you're interested, give a shout-out to 737 Big Jeff. Payment wise, obviously, any way you would normally pay, we can do that. Even try to help you get financed. Okay. We're also going to be having big shout out to Tri-State, who made me the Big Jeff Nikes. He will be making a custom pair for whoever wins in your size. What I mean by win, at the Sundown show, we're going to have a box, $1 per ticket, $5, 10 tickets. It would all be donated to the autism charity that we're doing on our YouTube. So even if you blew $1, big deal, but you might have a brand new, nice, custom-made set of Nikes. So at our booth on the table, you will see a box for that, and we can get you hooked up for that. We had a couple of new playlists on the YouTube. One of them is, I should have been doing this for a long time, all the interviews we do. Some of them are very memorable in a bad way. So we have those up. There was one that went out tonight. So make sure you check that after here. Oh, every week we're doing Get Drunk Text by Big Jeff. And this winner this week was, who was the winner? Craig, I think it's Hollage, went ahead and got the text and replied back and sent him out his prize. We're picking or drunk texting one person every week. If you haven't got signed up, text the word drunk to 737 Big Jeff. And as always, the Cuban link, which we will do the first giveaway on that next podcast, next Thursday. All you got to do is text the word chain to 737 Big Jeff. That gets you in the regular giveaway. And then if you want, after you text that and you're in our system, your next order, just put in the notes, send me my chain. When you get your chain, if you take a selfie with the chain and the product and you go ahead and tag us on your social media, we will put you in the big giveaway. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but it's always something exciting. So 2 ways to win. One is just to sign up and you can be a part of it. The second one is to sign up and get a chain sent to you and take your selfie. Tonight, I'd love to bring him on, my man, Shawn Mayo from Excess Power, Sundown, and Full Tilt. Trifecta. Shawn, 3 major brands. You deal with it all day. You deal with some very large accounts, some smaller accounts, but we're going to be talking with him tonight. We're going to be giving away a DC Audio Level 1 10-inch dual 4 brand new. So if you want to win that tonight, I need you to comment the word excess space power. That's excess power. Thank you, Aaliyah, for donating $4.99. We appreciate that. All those proceeds go right to one of the charities we're collecting for. So again, if you want to win that DC audio sub, comment. You only need to do it one time. Excess power, and we will give that away. Sean, thank you for coming on. You were actually my first guest on the first night, if you remember, and that started this whole Big Sound by Big Jeff. So that was really cool. And we're going to talk tonight about obviously the Sundown show, excess power. We did a bunch of sells, insane amount in the Yukon hair tricks for $1. And we're going to go over a couple of things. But first, let's take a quick video break, and we'll be right back with Shawn Mayo.
How's it going, guys? I'm Sean. I'm with Excess Power Batteries, and I wanted to give you a special conversation about some of the sustainability aspects of Excess Power and how we've tried to be better about our carbon footprint and about how we minimize our impact on the environment and things around us so we can be self-sustaining and do less harmful things to our world that we live in. So I want to kind of show you a few things that we do here at Excess. So this is our supercapacitor series, weighing in at less than 10 to 15 pounds. The amount of gas mileage you'll save per vehicle can be dependent, but you can expect a large gas mileage difference just based on this, especially over a lifetime of battery. This battery will most likely last for about the time that your AGMs would times 10. So if you're looking at how much of a footprint 10 AGMs is on the environment compared to one of these. So that's just one of the many ways that we look at things as far as sustainability and lifespan affecting the things around us and not just product performance. One other thing I wanted to give you guys is some of our packaging. So some of our packaging, for example, uses less styrofoam. Therefore, the effect on the environment is less. We actually use a cardboard that can be recyclable, and that also has a recyclable bottom as well. That explains that it is able to be recycled and reused or repurposed. If you have any questions about sustainability, we're Excess Power. We're here to talk. We're here to talk about how we can help save our environment. Thank you.
So that right there is real. I mean, when especially people don't think like how much is it really saving, but you guys sell hundreds of thousands of boxes, right? Each year. So when you add that all up, that's a huge thing to even think about. And I know, when people are worried about weight, race cars, everything else, you shave off 50 pounds, 100 pounds, you're basically going faster. So I don't know how serious people take it, but you have a lot of race type accounts, don't you, Sean?
Yeah, we service a lot of race car accounts all the way to, like mentioned in the blog today, all the way up to like Street Outlaws guys who are very well known, who are willing to spend thousands of dollars to save 30, 40, 50 pounds. That requires a suspension change, a modification because of the car weight. Even just that small of a weight where they go from a stock Group 34, like a D3400 that you guys sell a lot of, going from that one 50 pounds down to a 7-pound battery, you're saving 43 pounds, but you're also gaining performance and longevity.
And the key thing you brought up, and I don't know if everybody knows, we have blogs on bigjeffaudio.com. We actually do a pre-blog before the podcast and then a post-blog to talk about our guests. So Larry Miller, thank you for the $4.99 donation. It will go either to breast cancer or it will go to one of the others. So we do the blogs, and if you guys, my people, if you don't know about it, go there. So my guys go in depth and they kind of rehash before and after, which is kind of cool. We also have our CSR blogs that talk about situations, product, the company, really cool. Before we go deeper, I got to get this out. So obviously there's all this craziness on the internet, and we've just been letting it come and bring the attention, and we appreciate it. So I reached out to Deviant and I said, hey, here's 3 words. I need you to make me a song around these 3 words. And man, he came like a champ. I want to premiere right now. It'll actually be on YouTube tonight after the show. I ask you to go there, comment, like, and share. But right now we're about to premiere the shout out to haters.
Big Jeff Audio, exclusive world premiere. Thank you. Trollz rap video by Deviant.
Hey, yo, Big Jeff, need you to do me a solid, boy. Get out your hater blockers. Put them on. Strap up. Instead of hating on Jeff, play the hand that you dealt. Point a finger at someone, you're pointing three at yourself. While you're counting his subscribers, he's counting his wealth. When they start hating on you, you tell them thanks for the help. Thank you. Attention all you haters, this letter's for you. While you're trolling on Jeff, got nothing better to do. They say that boy Big Jeff, yeah, he's funny but mean, but they the first in line to try his money machine. How about instead of throwing jabs like a sock to the ribs, point out the positives like his charity gives, or their prizes given out each week and month. Not to mention Big Jeff does his very own stunts. The channel blew up, he got a following too. But why in the world is that bothering you? Instead of hating on Jeff, play the hand that you dealt. Point a finger at someone, you're pointing three at yourself. While you're counting his subscribers, he's counting his wealth. When they start hating on you, you tell him thanks for the help. Thank you. Why you hating on a man that wears a straw hat? Come on, dog, keep it real, you know we saw that. Hoping inside that he would fall flat. It's Deviant on the mic and he wearing all black. The more you talk about him, yeah, the bigger he get. We say thanks to the haters and it's no secret. Hey yo, Big Jeff, yeah, for real, you're taking off. My advice to the trolls is still just shake them off. Keep hating on Jeff, yeah, your time is wasted. Before I buckle and bounce, shout out to Parker the basshead. Instead of hating on Jeff, play the hand that you dealt. Point a finger at someone, you're pointing three at yourself. While you're counting his subscribers, he's counting his wealth. When they start hating on you, you tell him thanks for the help. Thank you. Play the hand that you dealt. Oh, thank you. You're pointing three at yourself. Why, thank you. He's counting his wealth. Thank you. We tell him thanks for the help. Thank you. Shout out to Bass Addict. Shout out 14-4.
Some people say stuff that just is so rude, so mean under your skin. When in the reality is, I'm doing the best I can. I'm working still 7 days a week, 15 hours a day. Right now, I probably look tired and puffy. Have the worst day we had yesterday on a Friday here. Went home and right back in here doing it all over again. Shout out to Deviant for putting that song together, and my guys for putting the video together, man. That's it's the real deal. We're I thank everybody all the time for helping us get here. And even with manufacturers that have been there from day one. Sean, we've been working together, what now? How many years?
Officially 4, I think.
Yeah, and didn't even have a real battery line. I was about to sign with somebody else, and I couldn't even give you a number that me and Sean have done together. It's kind of ridiculous, especially when it comes to cells and some other batteries that just give up counting, man. It's excellent. Let's get into this. If people don't know, Sean, how long have you been with Excess Power? And what do you love about it when you went there?
So I've been with Excess Power officially about 4 to 5 years, somewhere in that range. Some of my things, like I said, I kind of highlighted in the blog was the ability to service a variety of different markets. I enjoy battery technology, energy storage technology in many capacities, such as car audio, obviously, where I kind of got my start. I enjoy EV projects. That's something kind of new for me. Generator projects, marine, commercial, even power sports. We're pretty well known in the bagger world now. Places like that, even as far as racing, I don't have a lot of the 16-volt knowledge of the racing. That was kind of new to me. But learning those type of things, getting to experience some of these different people and getting to hang out with people who I watched on TV, and then I work for Excess Power and I'm giving them advice on what batteries to use. And integral part of the things, like I said, I mentioned about Street Outlaws, is that we're a sponsor of Street Outlaws. And those guys, you know, I sound like a fanboy, but I was like, man, I was watching the Street Outlaw show, and then I get a call from somebody like, you know, like Big Chief, and it's like, who is this? Like, you know, you kind of like freeze up, like you forget who these real people and that they're looking for your advice. And, you know, I remember my first call, I think it was with quote unquote Daddy Dave from the show. People like that, you have no idea. You have no idea that, you know, we're just everyday people, and to get interact with people like that and high place people, it's a pretty cool feeling. Not to mention when I got hired on, Scotty Johnson actually spoke to me before I started working for Excess Power. And, because obviously he was a longtime competitor and longtime idol of mine, and still hold him in high regard to this day. He convinced me that, you know, again, that I had a knack and a gift for selling, and I should give an opportunity to jump into the mobile electronics world, you know, under him and learn. And it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made, to be honest. And the amount I've learned from him, I can't even put a number on the amount that is. And
you're not just Excess Power. You have other brands. If people don't know, you want to fill them in.
Yeah. So mostly I service Sundown was probably about 6 months to a year ago, whenever the formal acquisition happened. I've been selling Sundown since then as in a capacity as an internal sales rep. I do like Big Jeff. I bought Big Jeff Audio on as one of my distributors, especially for distributor for Florida. You guys have been doing fantastic this year. And then also I sell Full Tilt Audio, and I'm kind of the head for the Full Tilt Audio brand, which is a private house brand. It's less known, but it's very high quality.
And I don't know if everybody knows, but you also are a competitor. You don't just sell this stuff, you walk the walk. So give us a little what you have going right now and what you're going to be doing in the competition world.
So I started off in a Mecca Car Audio, which is one of the organizations. It's kind of where I cut my teeth learning and watching people. And that's originally where I interacted and met with Scotty, because when I first started, I was applying for team Excess Power and things like that because, you know, money was very tight at the time, and I was trying to make ends meet, but I wasn't willing to make sacrifices. So I was like, well, let me take a proposal. You know, you have all the time in the world when you don't have any kids or anything. You're like, okay, I'm going to make a proposal and give it to these guys, and then show them what I'm willing to do, what I've already done, and see if they're willing to help. And obviously the first year was rough.
And that's a difference. We know we get hit up every day, and I'm sure you do, people wanting this, that, but nobody wants to put the time and effort because it is a business deal, right? And man, I can't even count how many people every day hit me up directly through there and they're just bugging. It's like, hey, you got to give us more. I mean, I've had people say, oh, I'm going to get my car in a year and I want to get you don't even have a vehicle. You're not even competing.
Yep.
So you had to, put together a plan. What the object is to bring attention to the company, brand awareness or product awareness. Yep. And you have to set up a business plan to say, hey, this is what I've done. This is what I'm doing. And this is what I'm prepared to do.
Yep.
Somebody to jump on board. So, you know,
and I bought products at retail, and that's something that I look at too, because I'm the head of Team Excess Power, and I also head up most of the audio related marketing opportunities like commingling brands, co-branding, things like that. And I'm the one that does a lot of the products, like the sending out products for raffles and donations and stuff like that.
Right.
One of the things I look for is when somebody asks us for a sponsorship or some sort of assistance or some sort of questions of help, usually the first thing I ask them is, hey, where have you been buying products before? What have you been buying? And honestly, it's a big step for me is if you've already been purchasing from us before you've asked for any sort of assistance or any sort of shout out or stuff like that. And that type of thing makes a big difference for me, because now you're not just supporting me because of a potential help or assistance we're willing to give for a team program. You're willing to support my dealers and my distributors and my brand as it grows. And those type of things make a huge difference.
I can't tell you how many times you get that message. I go to the social media and they haven't even shared one post of mine, let alone bought anything. And they're asking for free stuff and then get mad at you when you let them down gently. But the reality is, I guess it's just the mentality of certain people, man. Unfortunately. What excites you about the car audio world?
So the sound of, I think I had a question from John in here asking about a
pop it up
battery. I just make sure I answered him. I didn't want to forget him. So it's funny because you've got a 3-year warranty on a D series AGM battery, which is pretty industry standard, especially for a high performing battery like ours. But what's cool is I've seen batteries that are 10 plus year old that are still in people's cars. And I'm like, wow, there's not even hardly a label. Like this label is easily 7, 8, 9 years old. And they're like, it's just starting to get a little weak. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what
Probably,
I was after 9 years of an AGM battery. I actually I have to tell this, and it's going to be a wonderful story for you to keep. So I had a customer that had bought a D3100 that had it in his boat on their property. Well, they had sunk the boat by accident, and the battery was on the boat, and they left it there over winter, and then called us in like March and said, "Hey, I've got a battery that's been underwater for 7 months, and it's only holding 4 volts." Well, I had to get it back here because I wanted to see what happened to it after being underwater in the frozen.
Right.
And I think it charged back up. And of course, we didn't give it back to him or anything because we helped him out. But it was like, man, it was such a good story because he sent us a picture of this boat getting raised up with our battery right beside it. And I'm like, man, that's so I love that so much. But I just wanted to mention that, like the warranty thing. It's ridiculous how long.
And they got to understand too, if you've swollen the battery, that's usually from misuse or improper charging. That's not going to be warranted, right? So the reality is, if a battery is in the right application, charged properly, it's going to last, more than the 3 years. Bobby, yes, there is B stock. We're very well known for like the UC31 B stocks, and there are other batteries. You got to remember sometimes the discount isn't worth the item. So there's not as many B stock type. And then you got to think the amount of returns the company gets in excess power because it's such great product. Doesn't have that, man.
Exactly. We really don't get a lot of returns. Surprisingly, like I said, I mean, the return rate is insanely low for everything we sell. And it's a testament to good customer service reps, such as like the Big Jeff team here. I see him in the comments. Having good customer service gets rid of a lot of the returns that should be returns. That's just not maintaining a proper charging habits and having a good charger and answering questions. And that, believe it or not, makes more of a difference than anything.
Or people are famous to go to AutoZone, get a battery test, and that's not the type to test this type of battery. And they send us a screenshot where it says failed or whatever. And it's like, you're not testing on cold cranking amps. I think somebody asked about Sundown Show. We will have a huge sale there. Can't even talk about the prices. You'll have to come there. That's how low they'll be. We will have 35 amp cells, 40 amp cells. We're bringing up some of the Titan with no terminals on top, and then a ton of Sundown products. So yes, come over. We're going to have a ton of stuff at crazy, crazy low prices. Here's a great question. How has your journey as a bass head evolved over time? And what I mean over time is with, say, from pre-COVID, COVID, and now. And then what do you listen to? What is your choice?
Well, it's probably going to surprise you, my music choices.
Okay.
If you know me very well, you know what I listen to. So when I first started, I just enjoyed, honestly, I was a daily banger everywhere I went. Like, I mean, it didn't matter if it was in the school zone, if it was at the McDonald's drive-thru, if I was at a red light, if it was freezing outside, those windows were down because that's what was loudest in my vehicle. I was freezing to death, but I was just bassing as loud as I could. And as I got older, obviously, that's kind of went away a little bit more because I had, boys and stuff like that. And I just kind of got away from it. But I still love audio. I still love bass. I still love live music. Most of my things have some sort of subwoofer in it. But I've more transitioned now into the SPL competition side because I enjoy the chase of the scientific side. Plus, it helps me learn more about technology. So when I have somebody that comes in with an off-the-wall question, which was like yesterday, you kind of have a unique perspective on, hey, I've got this. And it's kind of cool, too, because you have customers that come in and say, hey, I've got 17 banks of LTO cells. What the heck am I doing? Oh, well, here you go. This is what you need. It's like, this is my setup. This is what I'm running. And it gives them another layer of comfort to know, hey, somebody else is really this crazy as I am, running this many cells, running this many amplifiers, and it's normal. So it's kind of a good thing. Somebody mentioned in here, I wanted to mention LTO cells, the longevity on the LTO cells. I wanted to answer that too, because that's a big deal. So the LTO cells that the Big Jeff guys crews make, they sell pre-assembled banks, I think, of 40s and 35s, right?
Yep.
So those will generally last. It's hard to say. They're rated for 15,000 plus cycles. I would say minimum on good charging habits and good maintenance, 15 years. I would not be surprised to see those last 20 years or more, to be honest with you.
We just had a idiot on here. My guys caught the comment. He donated. Thank you for donating the money just to tell us. Did you guys kill the comment? We don't gotta hide it. Okay, there's like 2 people I've blocked. The rest of people can just keep talking. Yes, we have a crap ton of followers, and that doesn't mean everybody's on at 7:59 on a Thursday night. But when the video goes back up, then it gets thousands of views over time. But thank you, Tankle Cream. That's probably one of Jeremy King's boys. They got nothing better to do. But while we're on it, Jeremy King had to move his whatever podcast of the 4 viewers, and everything he's done or tried, like the chain, we've amplified it, and we thank you for all the great ideas. But what I think is funny is grown-ass man making Jabba the Hutt and Tankle jokes. That's pretty immature, and it is what it is. But moving on, we're talking about, Sean, what do you listen to when you're driving, and what is your bass tracks, the ones you know you go to?
So, again, I'm a big fan of Young Dolph, obviously. Well, I was. I was a big fan of Young Dolph. Right, exactly. Right. Believe it or not, Key Glock signed the back of my Jeep seat because it was a white seat. I got Key Glock's agent to actually, I sent them a piece and had them autograph the Key Glock logo behind it. I'm a big Dolph fan. I'm a big Gucci Mane fan. I love Juicy J all the way back to 3 6 Mafia days. Pretty much anything with rap in it, hip hop, I love, especially the older stuff, all the way up to some of the new stuff. That's pretty much what I listen to all the time.
So when I first mentioned just the accent, I'm like, he's country. He's all country, man.
You used to make fun of me too, like you're on the 100%. Farm. No, right. Bro, like I'm listening to so much hip hop music, like you have no idea.
You know what? I don't even care. Last year, not sales, cost, purchased $1.2 million from Excess Power. So all the jokes and views, I don't give a damn. That was what we bought. And Sean, I mean, how many cells are we going through a year right now on the LTO cells?
I mean, what do you have headed your way right now?
Well, we just got another 900. We got 4,000. I mean, we're talking tens of thousands of just cells, not including UC 31s as pallets every month. You know, it blows my mind that Excess Power is just batteries, and we've done more than that than whole brands. That it's crazy. And that's why when we got the chance for Excess Power, the name, what it stands for, the follow, man, it's so strong, and it's incredible to be a part of that. What do you foresee as future trends with audio and technology? I know we've had Massive Audio on talking about electric cars and the way the amps are going to change. What is Excess Power doing to get ready for all this?
So I didn't bring a Titan 8 with me. I know obviously you guys are bringing them to the show this weekend. But you can power 5,000 to 7,000 watts with 8 pounds in your hand, like a 5x5x7, 5,000 watt Titan 8 Power S5. The ability to just put more power into small areas and recharge and discharge more efficiently is going to continue to move. But the Titan 8 is the pinnacle and at the crest of this sort of new evolution, new technology and energy storage. You've got products like the LTO cells, for example, that have made, Jeff, what has it been, 3 years now that we've been doing that? Probably longer than that.
Actually, no. May was 5 years for me. 5 years ago, I was looking at Facebook pop-ups and said 5 years ago, I was still in my extra bedroom, single. So we weren't even talking yet. So yeah, it's really only been a little over 3 years, man. And
you're talking about, you can get 40 amp hour, which is the equivalent to 120 amp hour of AGM in a cell, in a 6-pack cells that you guys sell everything portion to make it easy to install. That's 100%. Less than 15 pounds. That's 5,000 watts. That's going to last 15 plus years.
And that's what we try to tell customers. We always get that message. What's the best, or what battery should I get? And it's like, look, it comes down to what your budget is, because you go lithium, it's more money, but the power, the reason, everything is just, you can't compare it. All right. Can a Titan 8 run on a Salt 6? Well, it could run.
So So the only thing you have to be careful with that is obviously amplifiers like the Salt 6. If you think that amplifier just does 6,000 watts, you probably don't know enough about the amplifier. You better do your homework.
Shannon is the one who won the SDDNs and the Salt 6, so that's probably what he's asking. I would say, Shannon, some Big Jeff batteries.
Yeah.
A couple of those together, 22 amps each.
And that's what's really cool about the Titan 8 and the Big Jeff stuff is that coming out is that it's meant for stock alternators. The S5s and the BJ22, both of those are meant for your 14, 12, 13 volt guys who are just on stock alternator. You don't have to get a high output alternator upgrade necessarily with enough reserve to run that. Now, obviously it's recommended to get a high output alternator for that much wattage. But with enough amp power, that's the game breaker there. And with the Salt 6 being optimized for 12 to 14 volts, you don't have to go to 16 volts like they used to have to. You don't have to go to 18 volts and do 1,000 pounds worth of batteries to power 10,000 watts.
Tri-State, maybe you could give us a little more info. Can you run two different batteries? Of course, right? They need to be made for under the hood. But yes, it doesn't have to be the exact. Think of batteries; they're in a line. So, more the merrier is what I tell people. It comes down to size, how much area you have, and how much money you have, right? Because the more batteries you have, the less power or issues you're going to have for sure. So, yes, you can run, if that's your question, two different size or two different batteries. What I always tell people, you don't want to run a crap battery and a good battery. And let me explain why. Let's say you have a factory under the hood and it's not even new, and you put a good excess power AGM or lithium in the back, you're still going to have that crappy battery putting a drain of resistance on it. So I always tell people, first thing everybody should do, replace that factory under the hood. Okay. First thing. And then you work your way in the back, depending on finances for sure. What are future plans? Well, I guess you really can't spill the beans, but hold on. So a single Titan 8 would run, say, 6K total power, 250 amp alternator.
So
yes,
in the packaging with the Titan 8 batteries, and if you have a question, I can send you a link. On our site, actually under the support tab, you can see I actually built a table that explains the wattage rating for alternator, like 5,000 watts on a 100 amp alternator, 6,000 watts on 200 amps, and it'll give you the exact amount. And obviously, the more battery power you have, the more Titans you have, the longer you're going to be able to play.
You're already ahead of the game. You have an upgraded alternator, so that's going to help supply the recharge, but you still need reserve, okay? That's what's pulling instantly. So can you run with one Titan in the back and some under hood? Yes, but again, 6K is going to, depending on what you're wired down to, you're going to be pulling a lot of amperage. And if you're playing and staying on it, that's where it's going to happen. If you're turning on, burping, turning off, a little bit different. You're giving time for the alternator to recharge. But if you're just nailing on it, you need more reserve, 100%. We actually, in the Yukon, how many cells did we do? 100 and forgot.
I think it was 17 banks. It was like 102, I think is what it was.
Yeah. And then we didn't even talk about people that are running these cells without a balancer. You're asking for a problem, and all the money you're investing in the batteries, the bus bars, to not spend 30 to 50 bucks on a balancer blows my mind. We actually have coming in, Sean, 6S 10 amp balancers for people that are having more than 2 banks. We're going to have a larger balancer available, which is going to be very helpful. And then I recommend every so often, get one of the excess power chargers and condition the batteries. Let it recharge fully. Andy here, do you think excess power will start listing a continuous C rating? I think it would be good for us to call you guys. I read some comments. Maybe you want to enhance on this, Sean. It was like a back and forth. It was even about the Big Jeff battery, another battery on the C ratings. Can you enhance on that a little bit?
Yeah. So generally with the C rating, and it's not a bad recommendation, Andy. And I'll tell you the reason why I don't see that I don't see that happening, at least going on the side of the battery or something like that. Is C ratings are kind of different and hard to explain. And it's hard to explain that without complicating things. That's why we make it nice and simple, because we could get very, I hate to say complicated, we could get very defined on our labels, but it's easier sometimes to just put
This is your amp hour. This is your wattage rating. Primarily pay attention to your wattage rating and let us worry about the C ratings and how we got to that. We're the battery manufacturer. We're the ones that set those ratings before we put them on the label. We're the ones that set the titanate rating, for example. And dyno tests have shown, obviously, that our batteries far exceed the rating. So that would be my only thing. That's not a bad idea. And we're open generally about our C ratings and stuff like that, like pulse C ratings. And then we've also had independent dealers test our batteries to show us C rating to give you.
Let me ask this. Does that also change depending on size and quality of wire and other things? Would that actually change the rating or no?
So
for instance, I'm saying if they're using copper clad, Sean, or smaller gauge or not running multiple, would that make any difference?
So I would rate C rating at the actual cell stead themselves. I wouldn't give a C rating based off of connection points, just because. Now, obviously, we recommend, like for a titanate, for example, we recommend zero gauge OFC. That's just what I prefer. Not that a zero gauge CCA can't run it, but that's just kind of what I've always ran. I'm old fashioned. I still like my OFC wire, like the full tilt OFC, for example. It's oversized, super flexible, forgiving jacket, really good at transferring energy with correct terminations, correct size lugs, not straight wire, crimped tight lugs or soldered lugs, things like that.
I want to give a quick shout out for full tilt. So I put Shawn off for a while on it. We just have so many different brands and finally pulled it. I'm not going to pull out the manufacturer, but I'm going to tell you, Shawn, side by side with some of the more expensive stuff, the full tilt, man, it's fire. It is fire, man. That is some good quality wire. Not even the colors, but we've had such good feedback how soft it is, how pliable it is. If you guys haven't checked out, full tilt is in that price range, man. It's a good wire with a bunch of colors and really good. You're going to spend all this money on lithium and these big amps and then people want to cut corners on the wire.
Yeah.
It's that to me. Oh, I don't want to spend $250 for a roll of zero gauge.
Exactly.
You just spent thousands of dollars on this equipment that you could end up. You got heat, you got resistance, you got all the deaths of electronics, and indirectly, mostly is due with that wire. So, if you guys haven't took anything away from tonight, make sure you slap somebody in the side of the head if they say CCA because they want to cut some corners. Joe Kunko, what is the chemistry of the new battery or sport wattage wise? So the new battery, very well for, 3,000 to 5,000 watts. It's 22 amps of power. Plug and play. Built-in balancer. They're small. You can run them side by side, run multiples. Right now, we are taking pre-orders for $100 off. They should be here. They're already in production. They should be here by Black Friday. Everybody who pre-orders is going to get theirs first, and you're saving yourself $100. We have them on our website.
They're LFP chemistry as well. And to be honest with you, at the price that they're on pre-order at, I can't explain the value that battery is.
Not for 22 amps of power.
We would be sitting here for 2 hours for me to explain how that much value that battery brings, especially looking at from what I can tell, that's a custom tool casing. That's big, nice, round terminals on the top. That's easily accessible.
We wanted to make it completely different and user friendly, Sean, where they can put it in the back next to a box, put multiples in there. Even the fin in the center gives them separation between the power and the ground. So many things to make it what I feel is one of our first products. So that's really cool. Before we forget, we got the giveaway right now for a DC level 1 10-inch. You had to comment the word excess power. I'm gonna let my guys run in line with an AGM. Can you run that in line? Yes, you can run that in line with AGM. Remember, these batteries can work off a regular 12-volt charging system, so no worries there at all.
Well, a lot of people on that like the LFP stuff, a lot of times, and there's been other LFP batteries out that are a little bit different in the way they're built, but LFP generally, as far as being charged with AGM, it needs a lithium charger, which is very common. They're $100. Again, proper charging and proper maintenance is how you're going to have proper lifespan. That's a big thing like we talked about, and that battery could last 10 plus years. But in a situation like this, maybe looking at like a super bank for example, that you guys sell, or a battery delete or something like that would be best. That way you're not having to charge an AGM with that AGM charger and then go in the back and put a lithium charger on your lithium.
So you're saying that UC31 would be a good mix?
That's fine.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, if you haven't done it, too late. The word excess power. My guys are going to bring up a winner. Sean, you can announce the winner for that DC Audio Level 1 10-inch. Do we have hold on. Mike and Uzado.
I feel like I'm gonna have to give Mike a free T-shirt because I just
You are the winner. Contact 737 Big Jeff. My team will get you hooked up. We do have some full tilt speaker wire, 16 gauge, purple black and teal black. We're going to give a roll away. You will need to comment the word Sundown Show. Two words. Sundown Show. Make sure you do that now. Also, we have the August giveaway, which will be announced the winner on the 31st. Let me explain how that works. You need to comment on, and we have multiple videos loaded, so they're all over. You need to comment your name, location, and why you should win. You have to do that. You have to like the video, and you have to be subscribed to our YouTube. Second, you want to take that link and share it on your social media. Tag Big Jeff Audio. Just take a screenshot. You can text that to 737 Big Jeff, or you can email it to info@bigjeffaudio.com. Now, every time you do that, it's another entry, and we're just filling in an Excel sheet for a random picker. If you're going to sit there on your own page and just keep doing it all day long, that's not going to count, and I've already seen plenty of people doing it. You need to share it out in groups, other pages, etc. But as many times you want to do it, many places, it's going to count. And if you want to leave, and let me make sure I say the right words, a honest review on Google about that you like giveaways, we will also throw in extra entries. That was also twisted throughout all this bull doggy crap. Everywhere you go, people offer discounts and deals for giveaways. Gray integration. I was interested in the super cap battery delete, but wanted to understand the reserve in comparison to the AGM. Will it drain fast?
So a capacitor bank by design is just meant, you can see capacitor banks used in a lot of different places, and it's you don't notice it. It's like if you're in your house and you hear your AC unit kick on, that's being kicked on by a capacitor. It's right. Instant kick.
Short block, done.
Yeah, they're not meant to have reserve. They don't have a lot of density, but that's the good thing about a super bank there is you're using your BJ22 as a reserve source, but then you also have your super bank as your discharge power, and you don't have to worry about separating the chargers and using two different ones.
So is it an issue if they put the Big Jeff 22 battery in the back with the super cap, being that it's not rated for the motor?
No, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine, right?
As long as it's in the back. So your UC31s can go under the hood. You could pretty much drop the UC31 into a fire pit and take it out in an hour and put it back in your car and go home.
I believe you did a video busting that thing up. I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. So hopefully that answered your questions. Remember, if you want to win the 16 gauge full tilt wire, you need to comment right now the word Sundown, then show, and you could be a winner. We got a video. We're going to do a little video break we're going to talk about the Sundown show. We still have time. Let's do a little quick video break, and we'll be right back with Sean from Excess Power, Sundown, and Full Tilt. Let's hit that video, guys.
Get ready for an electrifying automotive experience like no other. The Sundown Car Show 2023 is here, and it's not just about the cars. It's about feeling the power of sound. Feel the adrenaline as powerful subwoofers bring music to life, shaking the very ground you stand on. It's a sensory journey that transcends the ordinary. Immerse yourself in a symphony of precision, engineered sound setups that push the boundaries of audio perfection. Experience bass. That's not just heard. It's felt deep within your bones. Join us at the Sundown Car Show 2023. where you hear the bass, where you feel the power of sound, and where automotive artistry meets audio excellence. Meet Big Jeff. Get a demo on the hair tricks for $1 Yukon and hang with Parker the basshead at the Big Jeff's tents. We've talked about it, showed you the pictures, but now it's finally here. Big Jeff Audio's hair tricks for $1 Yukon. It's only 80% done, but we'll be at the Sundown Car Show, August 19, 2023, Hickory Motor Speedway in North Carolina. We'll see you there.
So we actually have, we can plug that Yukon in. We designed in the back bumper 2 3-prong plugs. One is a charger to run the 12 volt. We left the factory alternator in there to run 12 volt battery in the system. And then we have the 3 MechMan alternators with all those cells. And that goes back like 4 deep. And then we have the I want to screw it up, PCS 90s, correct? 2 of them on that, and we can plug that in, which is pretty cool to run the vehicle and also plug it in. We also are going to be set up there as that large area with Sundown product at crazy prices, excess power cells, and some Titans there. And then we're going to be giving away, like we always do. I work for likes, follows, and shares, man. You come up, scan the code, do it. You're getting some for free. We're going to have this big blow-up money cube with paper in there and some dollars with manufacturers' names. You pick one, you get swag from that also. So, you know, you're not going to be able to miss us. Parker the Basshead, who just hit his 100,000 subscribers, will be there with the Def Bonds build. The Yukon will be there. And then we have 4 of the vehicles that are going to be parking with us, plus the Big Jeff golf cart, which we are selling if you're interested. $5K, brand new batteries, speakers, the thing's ridiculously loud on 22s. Tri-State, I love my Tapano TPT Base 3000 I got from you. Fast delivery, thank you, Tri-State. Tri-State is actually making the Nike sneakers. So we'll have a box up there that you can buy raffles, and then we'll announce the winner at the next podcast. Anybody have any questions right now? Because we have some time before we get into the ending for Sean while we got him here. The guy is just filled with knowledge, which is awesome. I have reps and manufacturers that don't even know their own product, let alone actually being tech support. Did we miss any questions, guys, that we want to pop up? Okay. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, man. I think it's tuned to 32. Bring gold, fortune, test for 2, showdown, flex on them here. That's a test showdown. Fiverr is probably another troll. Man, they at least keep adding to our metrics. Thank you. And thank you for the donation for sure. 32 hertz, I believe. I'll double check and I'll make sure. Remember, we built this to move hair. Obviously, it's going to hit on a meter. We pulled it up at the shop, and it's not even 3/4. Literally broke the lights on the overhang on the front of the building just from the vibration. It moves some air. And then we said it's 80% done. Fortunately, a big build like that, as you can see as custom it is, the doors actually have a top part, and both doors are supposed to be done. We did some plexiglass work inside. As you saw, I took out a 12-inch tablet iPad that actually runs the vehicle, which is real cool. So that pops in a mold. We play the music there. We can activate the lights, everything through the iPad. James Norris, Sean, you had any known issues with the AUX 14 Power Sports batteries? AUX 14?
think Ox is another brand. I think.
Yeah.
I've heard that AUX before. I have you double check. We do make a 14. We do make a size 14 battery, and it's a very high quality battery for the size of it. We've also got new versions coming out of those too. And I was going to say, I've seen their comment from Floyd there. So there's a couple of different options if you're running LTO cells. The Power S6 BCI model, so like the S6 3400, S6 6500, S6 48. If you'll list your vehicle in the comments, I could probably get you the right size just off the top of my head. That's a good one. You also have some SUB banks if you want to go capacitor based, you want to save a little bit of money. As far as I've seen somebody ask my highest DB score, I've done a 70. I think the biggest I've done is officially is a 73.4 Outlaw.
You're going to have that there, correct? You're bringing that?
No, I won't have it there.
Okay. Sick. I've seen it. You guys, if you haven't, we'll put pictures up again tomorrow. It's just made to get loud. That thing is crazy. You are running. Just give me a quick rundown what you have in there.
So it's four incremental audio 15.1s, which are 15,000 rated watts, on 2 Warden 21s, and then I run a bank of 17 Power S6s and 10 like the capacitor banks. Yep.
Final.
Something's wrong with your mic there, Jeff.
Who, mine? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little better.
Okay. Sean, what's the next one you're going to after Sundown?
The next show I'll be at will be World Finals. I'll be at that one with the Courier. That's the one that Chris was mentioning about the Owensboro, Kentucky location. I had another comment here. I was saying Floyd, 95 Silverado is probably going to be a Power S6 3400 if you want to go lithium, or then it's going to be an SB 500-34. You'll want the 551 terminals as well if you want to go original side post. If that doesn't look right, give the Jeff's crew a shout, and they'll
get you squared away. Obviously, bigjeffaudio.com. You can go by brands and then Excess Power. We actually built a new brand page. We started with XX Power, or you can go in through the categories for batteries and filter it out. That's at Big Jeff Audio. Bring that comment back up. Who was that? He shows a 170. Anything is wild. A 170. Anything is wild. I think the space shuttle, the original one, was like 160 something decibels, if I'm correct. Don't kill me if I'm off, but I'm pretty close. That is a space shuttle. So when these guys are doing 170, I mean, or plus, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We are actually giving out, Sean. I had, can you guys bring up the Big Jeff earplugs? I just bought something cool. It's got our logo on there, and everybody who pays $1 for the donation will also get a set of Big Jeff earplugs. It's 2 plugs in a case, so you can reuse them. I would definitely say if you're sitting in the car doing that type of sound, you better plug those up. That could impair you for life.
I see somebody commenting on there about, I don't know where the comment went. I don't know what happened. I think I seen it. They were asking about deadener, what deadener I was using. I use the Defmonts, the rigid deadener. That's primarily my favorite deadener to use.
Unfortunately, no, with that coming out of Russia, we haven't. Yep. We still have a bunch. So if you need deadener, you better grab it. But it's so hard to get all. There's so much deadener out there. We also do Dynamite. I mean, everybody I've ever talked to, or any question I've seen, everybody has their favorite. And this is better. That's better. It comes down to the application, how thick you need, pliable you need, if it's matte or what. But deadener is basically the same. It absorbs vibration, converts it to heat. It's just science. But depending on your application, I could see different brands have different applications. What else we got on here? There we go. Big Jeff, when Trinity HT. I won't be. We've been advertising it, unfortunately, and I'm not going to get into that, but Trinity, Sound Cubed, and also what's the other one? Trinity Sound Cubes. Sky High just decided to part ways. So if you're looking for any of that product, that's why it is ridiculously low prices. We are selling through. We have something new coming in that I can't announce yet. It is very big, but we also are talks. Multiple brands hit us up, and unfortunately, letting those brands go over something will bring in new brands. So if you need anything there, make sure you get it now. Living Loud with Andy, the budget-minded guys. Will Excess Power ever come out with a large battery isolator? You know what? That's a great question. We get that all the time. I'm not an isolator guy, but there's still people that believe in separating. Do you guys even, or did you ever make one?
So we don't currently offer one that's big enough. We make some for power sports. It's kind of a part number that's relatively new. It's an IKXS4, which is a 4-gauge isolator.
Smaller, right?
An IKXS8, which is just an isolator kit, excess power, 8-gauge or 4-gauge. But as far as a car one, and I'll be honest with you, when you're running an LFP product or you're running a product that doesn't necessarily behave with stock battery lead acid derivatives, that's more of an issue. But when you're looking at like our Titan 8 products or your LTO-based products that are compatible with an AGM battery that can be charged with an AGM charger, though it kind of negates the need as much for necessarily an isolator. But it's not a bad idea, though.
No, just for the right application, some people want to keep a battery, with power. It's basically just a big giant relay. We used to sell Metra, and you're going to sell Stinger, 500 amp. That's all it is. All right, let's pick a winner for the 16-gauge full tilt wire. That was you had to comment the word Sundown show. My guys pick it out. Sean, if you want to announce the winner.
Luis Barrientos. I'm going to have to give out another T-shirt. I'm sorry, Luis.
Contact 737 Big Jeff. We will get that sent out to you. This is what we do, give stuff away to give back for our success.
Yep.
Make sure you like this. I want to bring some up real quick. I know we went over who's getting noticed. This guy, can you? Yeah, whatever with him. He just keeps donating money, so we'll keep taking it. Okay, there is a story I want to bring up. We had the winner of the 20K giveaway. Fake winners, fake bots, the whole thing. But anyway, Mr. Shannon here. I'm going to read this out. This really got to me. On another note, let me start over here. About 1.5 years ago, I received diagnosis of type of cancer. It was significant, and it was a shock for both me and my family, leaving us deeply affected. The cancer was classified as stage 3. My doctors promptly initiated radiation therapy for over 3 months, followed up by 8-month course of chemotherapy, and I am fortunate to work with an incredible group of individuals who swiftly organized remote work for me and emphasized the importance of not missing any doctor's appointments. This arrangement allowed me to focus on medical concerns. Here's the truly remarkable part. During the same week as the 20K podcast, the winner announcement, I underwent comprehensive checkup, and yes, just as you might imagine, the results were astonishing. There was no trace of cancer whatsoever. While I'm aware that I'm not completely out of danger, I am on very promising path to recovery. Despite having insurance coverage, extensive treatments, including radiation, chemotherapy, various type scans, ultrasounds, MRIs, the whole works, numerous blood tests, substantial costs. As insurance only covers a portion, I would never have been able to afford the items I won. I intend to keep them indefinitely. However, it will take some time before I can properly set them up with this sophisticated equipment. As I'm committed to avoiding any shortcuts or opting for quality, I determined to construct exceptional enclosure for these subwoofers, and I will need to switch to lithium batteries to power. As a result, it appears that around the time of my next income tax, I'll be making purchases, which we appreciate. And I went on to say he was deeply grateful for everything that Big Jeff did. It says here, I am well aware Big Jeff received criticism from others, but I'm not amongst those critics. He steadfastly supports his company, products, customers, and generally appreciates that. Thank you immensely. So, when we do a giveaway, I remember the last one that was big was the guy said he wanted to win it for his best friend who had kids and a wife and couldn't afford hobbies, and he won it and actually gave it to the guy. We got pictures from him showing that. This is another one. You know, everybody wants to win, and we don't make that. It's all random. But when it goes to somebody that really, you know, like this, it really touches me. And I thank him for reaching out to share that with us. So we'll be doing another big giveaway at the end of the month. And every podcast, we're giving stuff away like we always do. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for coming back on. I'm going to see you actually in X amount of hours. We will be driving up at midnight Friday and going straight to the show, setting up. And unlike other vendors or places, we will be giving away so much stuff if you don't have something in your hands because you didn't walk up, pretty much. So we're so happy that Sundown reached out to us to be a part of this. And even though the Yukon's not 100%, it is well enough done to enjoy it. And that's what we're going to do. As for everybody else that's been following us and showing the love, we thank you. That's what we do it for. At 9 o'clock, that video we played for the hater shout out will be premiering on YouTube. I wish you all could go there, like it, share it, comment on it. And you still have time to sign up, share, and post the screenshots for the August giveaway, which is 2 Martz digital amps, 2 Kicker Solo X's, and a Titan 8, one of the no terminal ones. That could be yours just for a few steps. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this. If you have anybody that wants to be on here or you want somebody on here, send us an email, podcast@bigjeffaudio.com. We will try our best to get them on here. And that's what we do. We got so many announcements, it's hard to even fit it into this. But right now, focusing on the show, it's so much to get ready for something like that. And also to bring half of your team up there, 9 hours away. And that's what we're focusing on. Other than that, this is another episode, number 15. Sean, thank you so much for being on here. Thank you for all our followers. If we didn't get to your comment, I'm sorry. We'll try to get to them next week. And, man, we'll just end here. If you guys want to end with the shout-out video again, and we'll cut it off after that. Thank you, everybody. Well,
Big Jeff Audio, exclusive world premiere. Thank you. Trollz rap video by Deviant.
Hey, yo, Big Jeff, need you to do me a solid, boy. Get out your hater blockers. Put them on. Strap up. Instead of hating on Jeff, play the hand that you dealt. Point a finger at someone, you're pointing 3 at yourself. While you're counting his subscribers, he's counting his wealth. When they start hating on you, you tell them thanks for the help. Thank you. Attention all you haters, this letter's for you. While you're trolling on Jeff, got nothing better to do. They say that boy Big Jeff, yeah, he's funny but mean. But they the first in line to try his money machine. How about instead of throwing jabs like a sock to the ribs, point out the positives like his charity gives, or their prizes given out each week and month. Not to mention Big Jeff does his very own stunts. The channel blew up, he got a following too. But why in the world is that bothering you? Instead of hating on Jeff, play the hand that you dealt. Point a finger at someone, you're pointing 3 at yourself. While you're counting his subscribers, he's counting his wealth. When they start hating on you, you tell him thanks for the help. Thank you. Why you hating on a man that wears a straw hat? Come on, dog, keep it real, you know we saw that. Hoping inside that he would fall flat. It's Deviant on the mic and he wearing all black. The more you talk about him, yeah, the bigger he get. We say thanks to the haters and it's no secret. Hey yo, Big Jeff, yeah, for real, you're taking off. My advice to the trolls is still just shake them off. Keep hating on Jeff, yeah, your time is wasted. Before I buckle and bounce, shout out to Parker the basshead. Instead of hating on Jeff, play the hand that you dealt. Point a finger at someone, you're pointing 3 at yourself. While you're counting his subscribers, he's counting his wealth. When they start hating on you, you tell him thanks for the help. Thank you. Play the hand that you dealt. Oh, thank you. You're pointing 3 at yourself. Why, thank you. He's counting his wealth. Thank you. We tell him thanks for the help. Thank you. Shout out to Bass Addict. Shout out 14-4.
Some people say stuff that just is so rude, so mean under your skin. When in the reality is, I'm doing the best I can. I'm working still 7 days a week, 15 hours a day. Right now, I probably look tired and puffy. Have the worst day we had yesterday on a Friday here. Went home and right back in here doing it all over again.